He's our quarterback, our lead, our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut, sides, 2 games after this win in. Rush again here for the first man. Can everybody keep that 6 minutes?
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
All I know is go Vols, because that's all I know. Go Vols!
It was not perfect. It will not. I told you it wouldn't be either, right? It never will be. All right. The great thing for us is if we make it just a little bit easier on ourselves, man, we got a chance to be a hell of a football team. Everybody got me?
Yes, sir.
Enjoy tonight. Take care of your body. Start your recovery. All right. And then we need a week of us growing to just be our best. Tonight was really good. It just wasn't our best. That's all right. Good teams keep doing what?
Get better.
Great teams don't make the same mistake twice. Everybody got me?
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, obviously, we've spent, 4 years, trying to change the culture, trying to instill in these young men how blessed they are, to have an opportunity to play somewhere like the University of Tennessee. And what an honor it is to have that T on the side of your helmet, and that we're always playing for something bigger than us individually.
Make the decision. You're either a Vol or you're not, through thick and thin.
We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama. Don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama. Don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee.
Good Friday morning. Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Coach Jay is in the house. One more sleep, Coach. One more sleep, and then it's the third Saturday in October, man. A rivalry unlike any other. One more sleep. It's Tennessee. It's Alabama. I'm excited, man. And look, I know Josh Heupel got the monkey off the back. 2022, 15 years misery ended. But dang it, it feels nice to be going into the third Saturday of October, and it means something. We're not going down there to keep it close. We're not going down there to test ourselves. No, we're going down there to win a football game on Saturday, and that fires me up. I'm ready. How are we feeling on this Friday morning?
I feel great, man. Always great when you got a big weekend of football in front of you. And not to get into too much coach speak, Boogie, but the opportunity, right? We like to speak about opportunity as coaches, and this team has a huge opportunity in front of them. I don't know if I'd classify it as a must win. I mean, every game is a must win for Coach Jay, but
just win the week, right, Coach?
Just win the week. Yeah.
Just win the week. You got any injuries you want to update us on, Coach? Anything you want to talk about like that, Coach?
Everyone's doing great with their recovery. They put in a lot of hard work, and they'll continue to do that in their time. Uh, I won't be answering any more questions about injuries today. I can't talk. Too early in the morning for Coach J. I can't get my words around my teeth here. But no, I'm fired up, man. I can't wait for this game. I think the Vols are going to be right there this whole game. I know we're going to get into it, but I think they have, as mentioned, a huge opportunity to come in, shock Alabama on the road, and put themselves in the driver's seat for a playoff ticket.
Yeah, you kind of buried the lead for a question I want to ask Hubbs here in just a few minutes. Who does this mean more for? Does it mean more for Tennessee? Does it mean more for Alabama? We're going to get Hubbs on here in just a minute. Let me catch up with the chat. Make sure you guys come on in and smash the thumbs up. That's easy. Share out the link. Let somebody know we're live. Let's grow this audience. If you want to drop a door fee, we appreciate those as well. That's what Tyler does. Drops a $5 super chat. Says door fee. Good morning, Boogie. The closer we get to the game, the more confident I have, which is weird because normally it's the opposite. Go Vols. He also says, wake and bake with Talkin VAWLS. Good combination. Hope you are doing good this morning, Boogie. Buck, Bama. Wait a minute. That made me make this demonetized here. We got to calm down. Buck. I can't even say it. Buck Fama and roll tears roll. Go Vols. Shout out, Tyler. We appreciate you. Billy Todd's been a member for 25 months. We appreciate those memberships. You guys know we're trying to drive those memberships. If we get 35 new members, or you guys can gift them, we'll give away some free Talkin VAWLS merch. JP Carter for 5 says, morning Vol fam, GBO, door fee. Shout out to JP. We appreciate you. I also got to pay a little bill. Shout out to Grade A Grounds. Go to gradeagrounds.com. Use the promo code VAWLS, VAWLS. You're going to save 20% at checkout. Coach Jay's already said it. He likes his coffee like he likes his defense. Organized chaos. The medium roast is fantastic. I continue to sell that blueberry blend. It is amazing. It tastes like a blueberry glazed donut in a coffee cup. I can't sell it enough. I doubted it. When Dauber told me about it, I doubted it, but it's delicious. East Tennessee guy, a VFL, an alumni of the University of Tennessee. He bleeds orange, played in a golf tournament with him. The partnership made sense. Go to gradeagrounds.com. Show them some love. What else we got? Tyler gifted a Talkin VAWLS membership, 34 away from some free merch. Shout out, Tyler. We appreciate you. And also, Caveman Boy has been a member for 14 months, says GBO. And Sham says, Dorothy, Buck Fama, Vols by 50. Shout out, Sham. We appreciate you. Let's get Brent on here and let's talk a little football. Brent Hubbs, welcome back to the Talkin VAWLS Network, my friend.
Thanks for having me back on, guys. Hope everybody's well this morning.
We're doing good, Brent. You did create a problem for me, though. You've not been on since the Georgia week, and everybody, our fan base is so spoiled. Our audience is so spoiled. Where's Brent Hubbs? Where's Brent at, Boogie? Where is Brent? And I said, guys, Brent's a busy man. We call you Big Game Brent around here. We tried to wait till the Alabama.
I thought I got removed because Tennessee didn't win the following day. So I thought I was the jinx that took care of that. But glad to be on with you guys. And obviously, as Coach said, it's a huge weekend in college ball in general, but it's certainly a big one for Tennessee fans and a big one for Alabama fans. This game has a ton of meaning for everybody, for sure.
So since we've not had you on since the Georgia week, kind of what are your thoughts midway through this season? What do you like? What are your concerns? Any surprises on this football team for Josh Heupel?
Well, I mean, I think you like the offense. The offense is better than any of us thought it would be. This offensive line's played well. The Joey Aguilar story is not getting enough national attention, in my opinion, which is a bit surprising to me. I guess it's because you didn't beat Georgia, but what he's doing as a transfer quarterback is as good as anybody out there from a transfer quarterback standpoint. He's playing extremely well. So he has exceeded any expectation you had for him, certainly my expectations. I think the disappointment is you knew the injuries on defense with Ricky Gibson and certainly McCoy would catch up to you and would be problematic. I don't think we thought it would be, that this is where they would be in the secondary halfway through the season. And the third down numbers would be what they're at right now. That's the head scratcher that none of us saw coming. I mean, I didn't think McCoy would play the first month of the season, but I thought they would be okay back there. They've not played very well defensively down all season long.
Do you think, just because you brought up McCoy, just your personal opinion, because the more it kind of plays out, and I know Josh Heupel addressed the narrative about the Arkansas game, it just feels like the more it plays out, maybe we don't see him and he does hold out for the draft. Just what's your personal feelings on Jermon McCoy, whether or not he plays?
I don't think it's a holdout situation. I think it's a health situation. I think Jamad's trying to get back. I don't think that right now doesn't, I have no clue if he will be able to get back. He's got to practice with the team first. He got to go through acclimation. I mean, there's a ramp up to him getting in a game. It's not like he can just, Thursday decide, hey, my knee feels pretty good, let's go play. That's not how this is going to work. What we also don't know, Boogie, is we don't know the severity of the tear. And I think that's been lost in all of this is we, you see Zakai Ziegler come back in 7 months, and everybody's like, well, I mean, why is Jermon McCoy not back? What's the deal here? Ziegler had a very clean tear. He had no meniscus damage. He had no other cartilage damage, no other ligament issues. We don't know the severity of Jermon McCoy's injury. And everybody's recovery is different. But I do believe he's trying. But as the weeks go by, obviously, it looks less and less likely that that's a possibility. But I don't think it's a situation where he's saying, I'm good, I'm just going to shut it down and all my focus is on the combine. Now, could that be his mentality in 4 weeks, 3 weeks? Maybe. But right now, I don't think that's where his mind's at. I think he's trying to get back. I just don't think the knee has allowed him to be in a situation where he feels comfortable that he can go play right now.
Let me catch back up with the chat real quick. Jacob Cheney for 5 says, GBO, keep the channel rolling. We appreciate you, Jacob. Todd Landers for 2 says, Dorothy, go Big Orange. We appreciate you, Todd. Matthew Watson for 2 says, if we bracket, their wide receivers will be fine. Jason Garst for 5 says, Buck Fama, GBO. Shout out, Jason. Also, Tyler for another 5. Happy that everyone is overlooking Tennessee. It will make the Alabama tears taste that much better. Roll, tears, roll. Go Vols. Thank you, Tyler. We appreciate the super chat. Brent, it's the 3rd Saturday in October. It's Tennessee, Alabama. Where's this rivalry? I love to ask people this because it's the big 3, right? It's Georgia, it's Florida, it's Alabama. Where does that rivalry sit with you? Where does Tennessee, Alabama sit with you in just as your fandom? And then also tell us some memories about the 3rd Saturday in October, whether it's when you're sitting in the stands or covering this football team as a professional.
Well, I mean, this game, for someone who grew up in East Tennessee and I'm 52 years old, this is the game. And that's no offense to Florida. That's no offense to Georgia. But you didn't play Georgia every year when I was a kid in the 80s. And Florida didn't become a thing until divisional play and Steve Spurrier. Now, that game took on a different meaning in the 90s. But, I mean, when you talk about the 85 season in particular, I mean, it's the Dale Jones play that you remember. When you go back to, 82, 80, I guess it was 83, it's Johnny Jones and his run. With the infamous, John Ward call, Jonathan Jones from Mumford, Tennessee on that touchdown run. So for me as a longtime old guy, this has always been the game. It's also been the game because it's been a game played with a lot of respect on the field through the years. It's been played for a long time. So yeah, I mean, it's also played in October when it's the fall. I mean, everything feels like football when Tennessee and Alabama play. In terms of memories for me, I was blessed to have an opportunity to be in the booth in 95 with John Ward and listen to that game, cover that game, help the Vol Network with that game with a vantage point on a row behind John Ward and Bill Anderson calling the 95 game. I mean, it's not going to get much better than that.
I got chills on my arms.
Yeah,
and
it's really not. And for that game to unfold the way it did, that was my first ever road trip in terms of being a, quote, trying to be in the media business. Now I was 20, I just turned 21, I guess. I didn't know what I was doing yet, but I was there. And it was an unbelievable deal. I mean, that one was a great memory. The 90 game is the most painful one because that's the most painful loss ever. No offense to LSU in 01, but that 90 game was just a crusher. 93 ranks up there pretty high as a crushing deal too, because Tennessee was better that day. They out-physicaled Alabama right up until the end, until David Palmer ran around the corner and tied that game. It's the worst tie. Maybe Auburn is a bad tie in there on the Burke missed field goal, but that was an ugly tie in 93. But To go down there and be a part of that and to watch that thing unfold, to see the reaction from the Tennessee fans as a 21-year-old, you kind of really understood the power of this game for older people. I mean, and you saw it in 22 too. I mean, the grown men crying, and they weren't like embarrassing. I mean, it was just grown man tears of, hey, I didn't know if I was going to get to see this again, as an older adult. And a lot of people felt that way in 95 too. So the 95 game will always stand out to me. Obviously the 22 game is fresh on everybody's memory, and that was a great night as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, those were awesome road questions. I just have one question about the road, Brent, and that is, do you have a favorite meal that you go to on the third Saturday in October when you travel on the road? Like, what's up with a good place to eat for that game for those traveling to it?
That game's different because you stay in Birmingham, because the hotel room in Tuscaloosa is like $1,800 a night or something like that. So nobody's staying in Tuscaloosa. So in 99, back then, Coach Fulmer had walkthroughs, and that was the first year they had played in Tuscaloosa. It had always been in Legion Field prior to that. So Tennessee did a walkthrough in Tuscaloosa, and you had to go cover the walkthrough, even though Coach Fulmer never said anything. But what if he did say something? So you had to be there. So that was my first experience with the original Dreamland in Tuscaloosa, up on the hill up there. This was, it's nearly 30 years ago. That was a cool experience because I'd never been to the original before, and the original's different. Well, at that point in time was different than all the rest in terms of just how it tasted and the vibe of it. But when you're staying in Hoover, man, it's like, hey, are you going to eat at the Cheesecake Factory? Are you going to eat at Chick-fil-A? I will tell you this, and for years, the manager bus, and sometimes I've ridden the manager bus into the game on game day just because I have to get there. I've had to get there early to set up stuff. It used to stop at a McDonald's south on 459 down past the mall area there. And for years, that was the only McDonald's I could find that still had the old strawberries for the strawberry sundae. Like,
man.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, as a kid, that was the deal, right? Like I never wanted the chocolate or a caramel. I wanted the strawberry one, and they had it. And I've been known to order a strawberry sundae anywhere from 7:30 a.m. in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because it was the only place you could get it, right? So you got to take full advantage when you can. Now it's a Chick-fil-A stop most of the time.
That's almost like Coke in a glass bottle, like the strawberries in the sundae.
I mean, nobody had it. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, one, their ice cream machine always worked, which is a shock upon all shocks. And two, they had the strawberry topping, which they just did away with. But for whatever reason, that one didn't. That particular restaurant didn't do away with it for many years.
Yeah. All right. I'll get us back on topic here, Boogie.
That's not the topic you wanted to go to.
We'll talk food all day long.
Yeah,
we really will.
We really will. But I kind of want to talk, just listening to everyone throughout the week. I kind of have the advantage of going last here on Boogie's lineup. And I feel like a lot's been made of a couple different stats for Alabama that aren't very Alabama-y, like how they defend the run this year and how they've gotten after the quarterback this year. And I kind of wanted your opinion on if you think that's more of a product of the quality of competition they have played, or if you view them as true deficiencies in this Alabama team that Tennessee faces on Saturday.
Well, I think when you look at the run game, if you're going to sit here and look at Tennessee's secondary and say 6 games in, they are who they are, I think you have to look at Alabama's run defense 6 games in and say they kind of are who they are. And they're not as dominant as they have been in years past. Now, does that mean they're less physical? I don't know what all that means, but I think what you see is you see a group of guys that gives up yards. And I don't know that. I mean, what's really interesting with that is I don't know that they play great quarterbacks. So it feels like you could stack the box to stop the run if you wanted to. But, I mean, Missouri had 168 yards, I think it was, last week running in that game. The perplexing one to me is Vanderbilt had 135, and they only ran it 19 times. Like, did they forget they could run the football in the second half? Like that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So yeah, I mean, I think if you're Tennessee and Tennessee fans, you feel like you've got an opportunity to go run the football, create some balance, and create play action passing opportunities. You're certainly going to test it. I mean, Tennessee ran for over 200 a year ago against Alabama. You know, and I don't mean this as a knock, but I mean, this is a different defense. This is not the Alabama defense. And I don't mean it from the standpoint of they're not talented or they're this, but their style of play defensively is different than it was for a decade when they dominated college football defensively. So, yeah, I mean, I think Tennessee feels like they can and should feel like they can go out there and run the football with some effectiveness against this team.
I think there's so many ways in this game. It's like Alabama not very good at protecting the quarterback. Tennessee's really good at getting to the quarterback. Alabama not very good defending the run. Tennessee very good running the football. But part of that is Deshaun Bishop. Like, he has really started to come along. What a great story. You know, I mentioned Joey Aguilar. What a great story Deshaun Bishop is too. Just a Tennessee kid from walk-on to now running back one, in my opinion. Thursday night injury report comes out. Deshaun Bishop listed as probable. The War Room over at VolQuest. Go check out volquest.com. You want the breaking news, the latest news, that's where you can get it. But you guys put out in the War Room that he's been in the training room all week long trying to get himself ready. Sounds like he's going to play. How confident are you in Deshaun Bishop's health? We know Josh Heupel isn't going to tell us.
Well, I'm confident, and I'm confident from the standpoint of I've seen him. I put my eyes on him this week, and he was not in a walking boot, and he did not have some kind of major brace on his ankle while he was walking. He taped it up and tried to go, came out and jogged around after that injury on Saturday when he came out of the injury tent, which was a stunner to me because the way that injury looked, it looked like it was a significant injury, the way he was tackled there. So I'm confident he's going to give it a go. Now, you can debate the effectiveness. We'll see, but he's never been on crutches. He's never been in a boot and all those kinds of things. I feel confident that he's going to go. Now, he's got to have help. I don't think this is just a Deshaun Bishop game. I think Star Thomas has got to get his mojo back a little bit. I like some of the things Peyton Lewis is doing from a physicality standpoint. And I think Joey Aguilar's legs have to be an important factor in this game. And I think when you have a mobile quarterback, a guy who can run a little bit, you have to pick your spots. You also have to pick your games. I thought Alex Golesh did a great job of this in 22 with Hendon Hooker. You knew Hendon Hooker could run it and be effective running at any game he wanted. They needed him to. But they did a good job in 22 of only using him in, quote, the bigger games. So he runs the football against Alabama in 22. His legs were a huge factor in the Florida game in 22. Joey Aguilar doesn't run like Hendon Hooker, but he can run enough to keep everybody honest. So I think you have to use his legs in a game like this. And then he's got to learn to slide. I mean, for the love of God, get down, right? Like, what are we doing here? Stop putting your shoulder in people. Like get down and be down. So, and he'll be better at that because he's heard about it all week long. I joked with him after the game Saturday. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, it's middle of the field. I said, I don't care, man. Like, get down. He goes, trust me. He goes, I landed on the football and it felt like it went to my spine, but it didn't hurt near as bad as eating the comms box over there on the sideline in against the Arkansas sideline. So he goes, I'll take trying to run over a safety over running into a box on the sideline any day of the week. So, but I do think his legs have to be a part of this game to some degree, whether it's a critical third down play, red zone play, whatever it is.
We got about 350 people watching live. Do us a favor, smash the thumbs up, share out the link, all that good stuff. I'm going to catch up with the chat, then you can jump back in here, Coach. Ease Reeve Gaming? Reverse. I bet that is supposed to be reverse. See how smart people are in the chat. Reverse Gaming gifted 10 Talkin VAWLS memberships. That is not cheap. That's the equivalent of a $50 super chat. Shout out Reverse Gaming. We appreciate you. Doug Peterson also join the channel. That's 23. We need 23 memberships. We'll give away some free merch. Why not give away a Buck Fama shirt? Or we've also got a shirt that says, I hate the whole state of Alabama. That's a good shirt to wear. Good shirt to pick up. Will Dyer for 5 says, Dorfy, Pate said when he becomes commissioner, he will make it home versus home unis GBO. Yeah. I mean, come on. It's not 1940s. It's not black and white. We're not watching the Andy Griffith show, Brent. Let's bring back orange versus crimson, right? Let's do it.
Absolutely. Listen, I'll sign whatever petition you got, Will. I will be on to that. What's interesting is the story is they had that approved a few years ago. through the SEC office. But one particular side in this rivalry did not want to go that direction and not want to go that way. So that's always been the rumor, is that everybody's on board in the league office with it, but both schools have one of the schools in the rivalry has not agreed to it. Let's put it that way.
We can figure out who you're talking about.
Yeah, right.
Joey, aerodynamic for 10. I have faith in Tennessee. I believe in Tennessee. $10 door fee today because I'm taking Tennessee to win by 10. GBO Matthew Watson for 2 says black cleats with every uniform. Sean Cross has a question for you, Brent. For $5, he says, will you fire AP right now live on air? I mean, that sounds like a great idea to me. Why not?
That's brutal.
If I hear that he's gone to the golf course today, he might not make coverage in Alabama. How about that?
Get him.
We love AP around here on
we
the
do. Trust me. I would not be, VolQuest would not be anything near what it is right now without Austin Price. He's done just a phenomenal job, and he is not. I'm not boss and employee. That's much more of two guys working together on an equal footing. He's just been fantastic for us.
I love the way he interacts with people. He told me one time he got in the business because he's a people person, and he really is, man. He's a fun guy. All right, Coach, jump in here.
Yeah. So interesting comment about Star, right? I think everyone felt like he needed to get a little mojo back. And I think if you glance over at the wide receiver room, I think everyone kind of feels that way about Mr. Brazel as well. Do you think there's a certain receiver in this room that is more prone to have a breakout game this Saturday, Brent? Or you think they're just kind of going to try to spread the ball around, or you think they will intentionally, I guess is what I'm saying, kind of try to get Mr. Brazel back involved?
Yeah, I mean, it would not surprise me if they don't try to throw something early to Chris and get him going. I don't think it was a situation where Chris disappeared after a drop, or, the back shoulder throw would have been a really hard catch for the touchdown. But he had a guy draped all over him, and then Joey missed him on the deep ball where I thought they had a chance if Joey doesn't overthrow it. I mean, I don't think that there was there was no pouting. There was no head dropping. It just,
sure.
I think there are times, though, to your point, Coach, in certain games and big games like that, sometimes you got to jumpstart a guy. And so I wonder if this is a game where you open up with a little rollout out pass, or something like that to get him going and get off and running a little bit. That would make a lot of sense to me. I think Chris has come a million miles mentally from where he was a year ago, because a year ago, I mean, the greatest accomplishment for Chris a year ago was the catch he made in the Alabama game, not necessarily because it was the hardest catch, but because he had not played really well early in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look back at him last year, if he didn't get off to a good start, there was a lot of times he would disappear. He had a really hard time putting a bad play behind him and playing the next play. He's gotten much better at that this year. He stayed much more level-headed. I think the maturity is there. But to your point, yeah, I mean, I would certainly try to get him involved. Felt like they did that with Mike Matthews a little bit last week, just force something to him. I think there's certainly that would not be a bad idea at all to do that early in the game, just to try to get Brazel going.
So many things, again, the matchup in this game, where Tennessee shines, where Alabama has weaknesses, where Tennessee has weaknesses, Alabama shines. What's the path to victory for Tennessee here? We do a live show on Wednesday night, and I typically make my prediction. I still said I don't have a grasp. I said I don't have a grasp. I need to kick the can down the road. I went on with Kaner. Every Friday morning I do Kaner's show. He's asking me for a score prediction. I said I gotta wait. I don't know. I'm not like Kaner, though. I'm not just going to pick Alabama. I'm waiting. I got to make a decision. So I need you to sell me. What's the path to victory for Tennessee?
It's all about possession downs in this game for me. It's on both sides of the ball. Can Tennessee get off the field on 3rd and 4th down defensively? Alabama's going to go for it on 4th down. They went for it on 4th down 3 times in the 4th quarter last week against Missouri. So they're not afraid to go for it. Their field goal kicker has been okay, not elite. So they're going to be more. They're going to take more chances on 4th down. You got to be better on 3rd and 4th down if you're Tennessee's defense. particularly if you get them in 3rd and long, man. 3rd and 7+ has just been bad for Tennessee. They've got to win that play on defense. Conversely, on offense, man, you just can't have a drive killer. You can't get to 3rd and 1 and jump off sides and it becomes 3rd and 6. You've got to move the sticks. And then when you get in the red zone, you have to finish. Go back 2 years in this game, it should have been 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. And that place should have been a morgue. I mean, it should have been just eerily silent and quiet. But Alabama defensively forced 2 field goals when Tennessee had 1st and goal inside the 10 on 2 separate possessions. So you're sitting there at 13-0 instead of 21-0. That's a huge deal. That is a huge deal. And so as Steve Spurrier often said, you can't kick field goals in games like this. You got to score touchdowns. So offensively, finish in the red zone. Don't kill yourself drive-wise with penalties. And then on defense, man, somehow, some way, you got to get off the field, particularly in 3rd and long situations.
Absolutely. A little fan service question, right? So if you could drop one Tennessee football legend onto this team to help secure a win on Saturday, what legend are you dropping into this team?
Probably Eric Berry, given where they're at in the secondary right now.
I was hoping you would say that.
I mean, now listen. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm never gonna go against Al Wilson because he's Al Wilson and what he does to get everybody ready to play. And I think Tennessee's linebacker play certainly could be better. But Tennessee's got to play the space game better. And number 14 from Creekside High School down in Georgia played the space game really, really well. So I think in this particular matchup, you would start there and then kind of build outward from there. But that's where I would go first.
Brent, we always appreciate you jumping on Talkin Vols with us. Let us know what's going on over at volquest.com. Any deals, any specials? I know you guys have the picks coming out soon. Go check that out if you haven't yet. But what do you guys got going on over at VolQuest?
Yeah, I'm not sure the GIF reaction to the picks today is probably going to be what everybody wants. So
we'll expect that.
But we'll see how that goes. I've got kind of following up on some of the stuff that Coach asked this morning. I've got my 10 things I think coming up this afternoon, and it's got a lot of breakdowns and some of the stuff that Coach we just talked about. I don't know if you read that somehow last night before you jumped on.
I did not.
But you were completely dialed in to a lot of where I'm at with this matchup and 10 things. So that's coming up later today as well. And obviously we have great conversation going on at the General's quarters, and you can sign up for $1 for a month and give us a shot and see what you think. I don't think you're going to be disappointed, but I'd love for you to give us a shot and let me know what you think about what we do at the site. We'll have plenty of things leading up to the coverage and to kickoff coming up tomorrow night. Plenty of coverage throughout the day tomorrow. You know, I think my biggest takeaway as I head out the door here is that everybody's going to pick Alabama. Okay, all the national pundits and most of the rest of us are going to pick Alabama because we're going to look at this and you look at Tennessee's defense, Boogie, and you kind of go, I don't know if they can get enough stops. Here would be what I would tell Tennessee fans today. They're absolutely – Tennessee does not have to do anything heroic to win this football game. Okay, you said it coming off the top. This is not going down there going, man, I hope we can play it close. I hope it can keep it close. Or, boy, how bad's this one going to be? Can you just get through this thing and not get anybody hurt and see if you can win next week to get bowl eligible? Those days are over. Okay, they're completely over with where this program is right now with the parity that we have in this league. Night games are hard on the road. Tennessee's got to play well, but they don't have to be superhuman to go pull this thing off and go win this football game. And I think as a Tennessee fan, that should give you a lot of hope going into this game tomorrow night because, again, you don't have to do anything dumb. You know, you don't have to be perfect in any way to win the game. You just got to make a couple more plays to get off the field, and you got to finish in the red zone with touchdowns instead of field goals.
I love it. You may have just swayed my pick. We'll see. I got about 30 minutes to make my mind up. I do want to say this also over at VolQuest. Everybody asks me, when are you going to cover basketball? Never. When are you going to cover baseball? Never. But VolQuest.com has you covered. Another East Tennessee boy, old Grant Ramey. Shout out Grant Ramey.
Yep,
so go check him out. Brent, it's always a good time.
I got the best crew, man. I certainly do. I just get out of their way and let them go to work. So I appreciate it. You guys have a great Friday. Get ready for a great weekend in college football. Some great noon games to get us started tomorrow and help us pass the time till we get to kick off about 7:50 tomorrow night.
Yeah, 7:50 tomorrow night in the third Saturday of October. You better dress warm, Brent. You better dress warm.
Oh, it's going to be hot down there. This one doesn't bother me. Now, that long-range forecast next week in Lexington, we'll deal with that next week. But this one here is not going to be too bad. So it should be a lot of fun.
All right, appreciate it, Brent. Have a good one, all right?
All right, thanks,
Take
guys.
care. You got it.
All right, we keep this
I
thing
love it.
rolling. We got Mick Torres also joining the channel. Shout out, Mick. We're now 22. Can we put on more steam? 22 memberships, and we'll give away some free Talkin Vols merchandise. We got almost 400 people watching on this Friday morning. We're just getting warmed up. We're just starting to tune up the band because Coach has been on the bench. I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever, Coach, but we did have a fun thriller on Tuesday night, a little 5 overtime game. Talk a little football then, but we're going to get into it. But I also need you guys to go check out the Talkin Vols merchandise. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin Vols. We got some clean designs like this TN theme shirt. We've got letter theme shirt. Danny White brought back the letters on Neyland Stadium. We got a Talkin Vols shirt that mirrors that. We got parody shirts like the VWO, because if you're talking Vols, you're talking Vols for life. We've also got rivalry shirts for beat Bama, beat Georgia, beat Florida, Gator Hater, Buck Fama, FUGA. We got a shirt that says we are Kentucky's daddy, all kinds of fun stuff. You show a little support, a little bit of free marketing for us. Bonfire.com/store/Talkin Vols. You hear me keep pushing the memberships. We need memberships. Hit the join button. It's right down there below, right beside subscribe. It says join. If you're on an iPhone, it doesn't exist. You got to go into the description. There will be a link there where you can join the channel. You might say, Boogie, why would I do that? It's free. YouTube content is free. That's right. It is free, but you guys pay the light bill. You guys give me the opportunity to cover Tennessee football every single day of the year, whether we're talking recruiting, spring camp, fall camp, live streams, post-game shows. You guys give me the opportunity, and that is only because the memberships. If those memberships aren't where they need to be, this channel goes away. But I know there's 40 other channels you can go watch, but we need your support. Think about hitting that join button. We would greatly appreciate it. Coach, let's jump back into it. Third Saturday in October. Where are you at on this thing, man? Like I said, I feel like we've not streamed together. I guess it was Sunday, like right after the Arkansas game, other than playing some EA Sports college football. Like all the national media, Hub said it. Everybody on game day is going to pick Alabama. All the national media is talking about Alabama, talking about Ty Simpson. How do you feel when you look at the X's and O's, the Jimmies and the Joes? How do you feel about this matchup?
I like it from a Tennessee offensive side. I know everyone, and myself included, is a little bit nervous. The offense can tend to stall a little bit, particularly in the middle eight on the road. It's been a problem. So I think we're a little nervous about that, but I agree with what Hub said, and I'm happy he answered the way he did. I do think that these are some true deficiencies in Bama's team. Now, they've adjusted well at the half, but they do have some deficiencies, and this offense can certainly take big advantage of it. And I think they need to. I think Bama is going to get theirs to a degree, but I think there's a lot of things that this defense can do to make it really, really hard on them, right? I think we have to sell out. And when I say sell out, Boogie, I don't mean we got to blitz like every single play, every single player. You know what I mean? But what I am saying is when we come up and we blitz one person or two person or three person and we're dialing up pressure, don't be afraid. We don't got to give the receivers 50 yards of space, right? Ty Simpson's going to hit one or two big ones on you regardless. Play them tight and don't give them a lot of room to operate. I think we can get after Ty Simpson. Look, we're leading the nation in sacks. Know what you do well, right? And lean into it. And I think that, like I said, when we've gotten burned on 3rd and long is when we've been doing this thing where we kind of like show a bunch of pressure, but then we drop everyone back and we're just too soft on that. And it allows them to either run because our linebackers are back in flux and no one was blitzing, or there was just too much space and they were able to make a play and pick up 9 yards. You need to play that 3rd and 9 like you're playing that 2nd and 9. And that's kind of a big note I would have to this defense.
You know, I go back to last year, like when Tennessee got ready to play Georgia, and I think it was me and Kaner talking about it. And then I kind of just beat this narrative home all year long. It's like, what's the worst that can happen? You get scored on,
Right.
like they beat you over the top, right? And it's like, okay, fine. I have the confidence in this offense to win a shootout. I do. If you go down to Tuscaloosa and you end up in a shootout and you got to score 50, if Alabama's scoring 50, I'm going to take Tennessee to score 51. I think they can win a shootout. And I love, you talking about Brazel earlier and Arkansas taking him away. I thought that game last week for the offense showed that it doesn't matter. You can take Brazel away. Guess what? I'm going to hit Braylon Staley, or I'm going to hit Mike Matthews, or I'm going to hit Miles Kitselman. Like, it doesn't concern me. To me, if you're doubling Brazel, that just means you got one less guy to defend everybody else. And a guy like Braylon Staley can go out there and eat. I just think we've got too many weapons on offense. But what are your thoughts about that? Like, playing aggressive. Actually, let's just play this clip. This is J.D. Pickell, and he was talking about a path to victory for Tennessee. And I like some of what he says here, but it's just some talking points of this Tennessee defense. Joseph Ayers is in the house, drops a $2 super chat, says, Dorfy, I hate the Gumps. GBO. Shout out, Joseph. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for the Dorfy. 357 watching. How many of you guys have actually taken the time? I'm going to have to go check on you. I'm going to check on you right now. How many of you have taken the time to hit the thumbs up? I get it. You don't want to join the channel. I understand. You don't want to drop a Dorfy or a super chat. I understand. Times are tough. Economy's crazy. We appreciate those. But hitting the thumbs up is free. And we got 356 people and 132. 132 of you like me enough to hit the thumbs up. Now, if you like Coach Jay, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like me, hit the thumbs up. Let's see if we can get that thing to 300. Paul Riddle joins the channel. Thank you, Paul. We appreciate that membership. We're not 21 memberships away from giving away some free merchandise. Shout out, Paul. We appreciate you guys. Keep those memberships up to date as we go into the off season. We're going to need that support as we talk a little recruiting around here. But let's go take a listen to J.D. Pickell. He's talking about what is being missed in this breakdown, this matchup between Tennessee and Alabama.
But in a very bizarre way, they might just have the right personality defensively to make this thing interesting in Tuscaloosa. Dare I say they could win this game in Tuscaloosa if their defense shows up feeling a little bit frisky. Because in this game now, it's not about stops.
Isn't it weird that he's like, dare I say Tennessee can beat Alabama? Like that's the thing. That's the thing that's driving me nuts. And again, doing Kaner's show, somebody left a comment and said, or not left a comment. Kaner actually said it. He's like, I'm not calling you a liar, Boogie, but I don't see anybody that's all Alabama and disrespecting Tennessee. I've not seen a single person show love to Tennessee. It's all Alabama.
It feels like we've been dismissed, right, this week. Like it just feels. I guess that's the word I'll use, dismiss. Like, it feels like everyone has dismissed the fact that Tennessee's offense is just as good as Alabama's offense, that Tennessee's defense, while it has deficiencies, can get after a quarterback, can certainly get to, I won't say a completely immobile quarterback, but we're not dealing with Green either like last week, right? So we can get to that. We've seen Tennessee force fumbles from multiple quarterbacks, including that mobile one I just brought up. Can they get enough turnovers, momentum plays on defense like they've been prone to give this offense an edge, to give them more bullets in that six-shooter than Alabama has in theirs? I think it's silly to dismiss us. If I'm spreading this game, if Coach Jay's Vegas, I probably have it at like -5 Alabama, right? Just for the home field. Because I kind of think it's a neutral game. Both people have deficiencies all at multiple spots in the field. Both teams have stellar offenses. So just to chalk it up to, well, Tennessee hasn't won since the Iceman was there or whatever, it is silly to me. Why even bother playing the game? Why don't we just stay home and eat some rib tips at Calhoun's or something, if that's the case? So I think Tennessee can win this game. I think we'll be in this game, and it's just part of being a Vol fan, right? Miss J asked me the other day, He said, "Why did you, living in California, fall in love with and pick one team that everyone hates?"
Yep.
Like everyone, and if she can see that clearly, then it's pretty dang obvious. I guess is my point.
I'm curious. I know you watch about everything. Have you watched this clip?
I started to, but I think I got distracted, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you said bullets in the chamber. Sit tight. Gregory C for
Oh,
2
okay.
says 2-piece. Shout out, Gregory. We appreciate you, brother. Joseph Harvey for 5. Getting on my cruise ship. The game is being played on the big screen on the pool deck. Everyone's going to know the Vols are in the house. GBO.
Right.
I love it, Joseph. Enjoy the cruise. Enjoy the game. What a place to take in the third Saturday in October. All right, let's listen to more here from JD Piquel talking about bullets in the chamber.
And that sounds so weird to say, but that over-under total on the game is set at like 60, give or take. It's not going to be about stops. Ty Simpson's going to eat. I promise you that. Promise you that. The Bama offense in general going to get there from a point total perspective. So if it's not about stops, what's it about? I think it might just be about bullets for Tennessee. I think it might be about giving Joey Aguilar as many at-bats as possible in this game. And so the personality of this Tennessee defense, as fate would have it, fits exactly that style. Right now, taking the ball away twice a game. So, again, it's not so much about can you keep a lid on the Ty Simpson-led Alabama Crimson Tide offense. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. If you think there's a world where you're going to hold this Alabama offense in check, I would say go ahead and wake up.
The interesting thing about him saying that is that's what we've been talking about the whole season with this defense, right? Statistically, They look awful. Statistically, they look really bad. You look at the Arkansas game right after halftime. What do? They force 2 turnovers, get a turnover on downs, and they force a 3 and out. Against Mississippi State, how many of the scoring drives were against a short field? There are so many things about this defense that it's like that. The scoring does not tell you the full story. Now, he's talking about extra bullets in the chamber, excuse me, right? Extra opportunities for Joey Aguilar. He brings up the turnovers. Tennessee, 16th in the country, forcing 11 turnovers. Now, the interesting side of that is the argument for Alabama. Ty Simpson's only turned the football over 1 time. I think they have 2 turnovers the entire season, one interception from Ty Simpson, and I think they have a fumble lost as well. But let's look at the Arkansas scoring drives. And this is crazy. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Bend, don't break, right? What does bend, don't break mean? Don't get beat over the top. After I just said, get up in their face, what's the worst that can happen to score? What does this defense do, though? If you give James Pierce an opportunity to get home, you give Jordan Ross an opportunity to get home. These guys are making plays. They're forcing fumbles. Arkansas scoring drives, 9 plays, 75 yards, 11 plays, 70 yards, 11 plays, 75 yards, 10 plays, 81 yards, 7 plays, 80 yards. Now, to me, that sounds like old Coach Jay as the defensive coordinator is getting eat up. Like the offense is just driving the ball, dinking and dunking, moving the football, and you can't stop it. On the flip side of that, that's an opportunity for this defense to go out and make plays. Don't let them beat you over the top. Make them dink and dunk and try to force turnovers. Now, when you do, you better capitalize. You can't do like you did against Arkansas and go 3 and out. You force 3 turnovers, 2 of them, you go 3 and out and don't put any points on the board. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Because to me, I'm arguing with myself because I am a get up in their face, get up in their grill, make them beat you over the top. And now I'm going, maybe we play this Tim Banks bend don't break and we try to get some turnovers and see what we can do.
It's the timing though, right? Like it's the timing of it, kind of like my previous comment about playing 3rd and 9 like playing 2nd and 9, right? Like there's times to play bend but don't break and allow dink and dunk on certain situations, but then there's times to dial it up, play tight, play man, and force them to make a heck of a play. So for me, it's more about timing. It's not that you can't keep them in front of you, because you can and still play aggressive. To me, it's about timing is to when you go into that, cover 0 or, those more aggressive, man underneath, man inch technique press, whatever you want to call it, inside leverage, and try to take some away. Because I think Tennessee can play underneath. They can play all of Boogie Bentley and NCAA football and bring some pressure and play underneath and try to force, a quick pick 6 to the outs, something like that. So to me, it's just about timing and rhythm and having that good rhythm and play calling at the right time. So I hate to keep beating that timing thing, but I'm going to beat it there. And you are right. More plays, more opportunities for your defense as well. So, you have to speak out of both sides of your mouth a little bit because you have to employ every strategy. It's the timing of when that strategy has been employed and the timing of the synergy of this team altogether. And what do I mean by that? Like, think about going up 3 scores really quickly in the Georgia game, right? Um, no turnovers. Or think about that third quarter in Arkansas that you talked about. No touchdown. If you put some of these defensive stands together and turnovers together with the offense when it's humming, well, that's something we haven't quite seen before this year, them working in synergy together. And God help any team when it finally does, because I think we're extremely dangerous if that's the case. So they've got to play together a little better too. It seems like when the lights have been on in the bedroom, they've been off in the bathroom, and vice versa.
I think too, if you get a lead like that, you get a 2-touchdown lead, you get a 3-score lead. That ain't the time to go soft. That's the time to put on more steam. That's the time to keep being who you are, man. Don't start letting the clock run down. And I get it. There's a time and place to do that, depending on how much time is in the game. But man, just stay true to who you are. 14's not enough against Alabama. 21's not enough against Alabama. We saw it. Hubbs talked about last time we were in Tuscaloosa. Jacob's yelling at me in the chat. He says, Boogie! Ask Coach Jay where he got that shirt. He's talking about your Darth Vader shirt.
Oh, the Vader shirt?
Yeah, I think he asked me in a comment previously, and I didn't know the answer.
Okay, the Darth Vader shirt I bought on the internet. You know how like Twitter or Facebook sometimes will like recommend you a T-shirt? I don't recall the name of the store I actually bought it from. Yeah, it's a cool shirt though. It's got Vader on. It's all black. It says "Join the Vols" side. I think it was like a special on sale that year that the baseball team had those comments in the news about playing the bad guy and that type of thing.
Why
So I
is
wish I had a
Facebook
better
so
answer,
good?
but I don't. Yeah,
Facebook is so good at marketing. Like they recommend stuff to me.
they
I'm like,
really are.
oh, I gotta have it. I have to buy that. Let me catch back up with you guys. Gunfight and Smokey Bear for 5. We last won there with the Iceman, so it's meant we win this one with the Fireman. Go Vols! Shout out Gunfight and Smokey Bear. Reverse Gaming for 5. First streamer to ever get my name correct. 4523 GBO. It took me a minute. The capital R. When I got to the end, the capital R flipped me around. We got it. Shout out Reverse Gaming. We appreciate you. Tyler Maxwell for 2 says, take the fight to Bama and keep it there. GBO, shout out Tyler. We appreciate you. I was just sitting here thinking live while we're on air, why not do a little business? I did not ask Foul Ming for his gambling picks. Do you have gambling picks?
I don't think we've been so bad lately. We might need to walk away. Yeah, I got some gambling picks, man.
You can just give us your little rundown this week. I'm not even going to pull up the website. Just give us what your hot takes.
So tonight we're going to start early. I got Utah State at home against San Jose State.
There's Foul Ming. We can do a little gambling segment.
Okay.
I won't pull up the website, but I didn't even know Foul Ming was in the chat. Now I'm scrambling. Hold on. I got to go back and find. You know what? Screw it. It doesn't matter. Foul Ming's up right now. We know that. So Foul Ming's got Vandy.
Yeah.
I'll just make a note of this real quick. Foul Ming, Vandy minus 2.5. He's got Ole Miss plus 7.5, and he's got Auburn plus 1.5. All right, I've made those down, took those down. I love that Foul Ming sticks in the SEC. Where are we going, Coach? We going to Houston? We going to Wyoming? Where are you taking us with your picks this week?
Well, like I said, I got Utah State minus 4 against San Jose State tonight. I just think that's a bad spot. Utah State's offense has really, really been cooking and hard to stop. San Jose State's defense has not been good, so give me them. Georgia Tech plus 1.5 against Duke at Duke. Tough spot, road spot. Duke plays well at home. I just think Georgia Tech continues their undefeated streak there, and they're going to give Duke a really tough time. And then finally, Boogie, it is time that we bet on the UCLA Bruins.
Oh no.
-3 over Maryland. The hot streak continues, and Fowl and Coach Jay begin the Talkin Bruins channel after the game.
That's when I officially go out of business.
By the way, I got a bone to pick with you real quick. I noticed after I played my dynasty game yesterday, I was in the Heisman race the week before, and I went out with Nico and threw for 455 yards and 5 touchdowns. Yet somehow your quarterback jumped me.
You know why?
In the Heisman race.
I know why.
I don't know why.
Because we play quality opponents around here.
Oh,
we go play up against Gandalf. We go play against Tyler. And what do? We whip them. We whip them. Gandalf was so mad. He's freaking throwing profanity into the Discord. He's so upset. And then I go and I beat Tyler. And Tyler goes into the Discord and says, I didn't want Boogie to get mad at me. So I went easy on him. See, that's the type of stuff that our quarterback is doing. We don't know how to pronounce the name, but he's making people so upset that they are making excuses and saying they didn't want to make me mad. So that's what we're doing over there.
Well,
let's see.
We will settle it in Pasadena the last week of the year, I suppose.
I'm not feeling confident. Have I dropped 2 in a
No, but I won 2 out of our
Texas
last
State.
3. Yeah. How I got roped into that a second time.
Dude, you guys don't watch. If you guys don't watch on Tuesday nights, me and Coach Jay usually play each other game 4. We had a barn burner, man. 5 overtime game, and never in my life have I wanted to beat Coach Jay so bad. Normally, I don't care. We just play and have fun. I wanted to win that game. I just put the link in the chat, too. EA Sports College Football 26. If you got it on the PlayStation or on the Xbox, we got a Patreon set up. You can come be a part of it. That's what we're talking about. The trash talk never ends. We've got a Discord set up. So, man, we're talking college football. We're talking Tennessee football. That Discord goes off all day long. So maybe you don't even want to play the game. You just want to come hang out and interact with us. 24/7 access to Coach Jay. Like, you're in there last night at like 1 o'clock in the morning talking to somebody. I wake up and I'm like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? But it's a good times, man. You want to be a part of it. That link is in the chat right there. I was thinking about, too, would this be a mistake? I think it might be a mistake. I'm thinking about adding a Patreon tier with a game day chat. So, because I sit right here while the game's on, and a lot of people use the live stream chat, and that's fine. But I may set up a Patreon tier, $5-10 a month, and I'm just in that Patreon talking the entire game. I can easily have it pulled up on my computer. What do you guys think in the chat? Should we set up a game day chat in the Patreon, $5-10 a month, something like that? I think that, I don't know, a way to get that Patreon going. Paul Riddle for 5 says, should we focus on pass coverage considering secondary has been lacking? Should we stack the box on every third down? Should Arion be kept on an island? Coach, is your answer going to be mix it up, all of the above?
Yeah, all the above. But I will say this: your first responsibility is a defense is to stop the run. Always. Doesn't mean you have to put every single player in the box on every single play, but you need to make sure that you're stopping that run, or you're going to have massive problems.
All right. Do we want to go straight? Let's go to shout out Paul. We appreciate the super chat. Let's go straight into let's go. I want to do our predictions, but let's go to Josh Pate. I want to get his comments. I was going to do this on Wednesday night. We ran out of time. I want to talk about Josh Pate. And again, one of the national talking heads showing all the love for Alabama. The interesting thing about this is he kind of goes through all the ways that Tennessee should beat Alabama. He opens talking about the orange and crimson uniforms. He said Bama left some meat on the bones in the passing game against Missouri. Said there's a huge matchup here with Alabama's wide receivers against Tennessee's secondary. But then he goes on to talk about Tennessee creating the storm, Tennessee's defensive line versus Alabama's offensive line, sacks, turnovers, kind of what we just talked about with the J.D. Pickell video. Says Bama has only lost 2 turnovers all year. Tennessee has to win the ground game. And then he goes back and says, can Alabama generate some balance in their offense? His keys to the game. Can Ty Simpson continue his surgical precision? Will Joey Aguilar's aggression continue to pay dividends? How will Bama's offensive line perform against the Tennessee defensive line? By the way, this is going to trigger some people in the chat. He called Tim Banks a really good defensive coordinator, one of the best defensive coordinators in the country, but he has to decide if he's going to bring pressure or not. How effective will Tennessee be running the football? Can Alabama create a pass rush? Who will control the tempo of the game? And again, Man, he laid out every way that Tennessee should win this game. And then listen to what he says on the back end. Let's see if we get an ad. I bet we get an ad. Maybe not.
I made a big case for Tennessee here because Alabama's a big favorite. So let's take a look at what the model thinks. FanDuel's got Bama minus 8.5. The model is right in line with that. We've got Alabama minus 8. Here's the problem. There is, I think, going to be a dam-breaking spot in the second half of this game where it really goes against Tennessee. Early on, I don't think that's going to be the case, but there are
this is what has me terrified of this game. Let me let you in. Full transparency, coach. This is no, oh, I gotta be a bit, I gotta be a character, I gotta go Vols by 90. I think Tennessee can win this game. I think Tennessee can win a shootout. I think Tennessee can win a sloppy game. I think if it gets sloppy, it gets ugly. There's turnovers back and forth. Tennessee's offense struggles. Alabama's turning it over. I think they can win a sloppy game. I don't see any path where Tennessee blows out Alabama. What scares me is I can see a path where Alabama blows out Tennessee. You have a couple of drives where something's not clicking. Somebody drops a pass. You go 3 and out, you punt. Alabama scores, and then the same thing happens. You don't find that offensive rhythm that we know Josh Heupel needs. If this offense is going to click, if it's going to work, you got to have that rhythm. You get 2 3 and outs, and then the route is on. And that's what scares me. When he talks about that dam-breaking moment, I'm terrified of that dam-breaking moment on Saturday.
Sorry. Yeah, I get that, and maybe it's just the coach in me, but I can always see anything happening in a dang football game.
Every game, you got a damn breaking moment against UAB.
I have PTSD, so yeah. There's that. So I could see a situation where Bama routes us, but Boogie, I got to be honest. I can see an LSU like road game from Tennessee where the offense starts hot like they've been starting, right? And then maybe you get a turnover, maybe you get a big punt return. Like a couple things happen on top. A stop and a turnover, and you jump up big, and then after that's happened, Ty Simpson is not having his best day. It's just a little bit off like he was in the Florida State game. The ball placement isn't quite as sharp as it's been. The defense is getting to him pressure-wise. Maybe they put a hard lick on him, and that health meter is down a little bit on him. So I think there are things that Tennessee can do to jump on them and step on their neck. But yeah, I see a shootout here. I don't see that happening, but I can see a path to it. I certainly can.
All right, let's hear more from Josh Pate. Look at the anger on his face.
Too many big plays to be made, and I know good and well there's an emphasis in that building down there in Tuscaloosa this week about what the strength of that offense is, how underutilized some of the elements of that passing game have been, and you just drool all over your play sheet looking at what you got coming in terms of Tennessee secondary. And, that was a 27-point effort last week that I thought could have been closer to 40. I think this week's effort will be closer to 40. And
you know what's driving me nuts, man? I'm getting so sick and tired of it, is hearing these people. They're talking about how great Alabama's – man, he just triggered me. He's talking about how great Alabama's offense is, how great these wide receivers are, how great Ty Simpson is. And you know what he's talking about? What they left on the field, the 27 points against Missouri. Well, they left 40 points on the field. I see the 40 points this week. The Georgia game, they left 40 points on the field, but I see 40. You know who's not leaving 40 points out there? Tennessee. They're leading the country in scoring offense. Yep. So you're selling me on what might be, what could be, this Alabama offense is the best in the country if they score 60 points. Well, they don't score 60 points. Why is everybody talking about this Alabama team and coulda, shoulda, woulda when they only scored 27 against Missouri, when they got boat raced by Florida State, when they only scored 24 against Georgia? This Tennessee offense put points up against Georgia. It's the defense, and I get it. Everybody's licking their chops because our defense sucks.
Yeah, I think that's just it. I mean, to make a long story short, like what I was saying, man, they just like to hate on us. And you look at this game historically, and we haven't won in a long time. And I think every national guy's just looking at it like, okay, well, it's not going to be this year. The defense is whatever explicitive you want to put right there. But there's paths to win for this, and once again, it's stupid to me that they're dismissing it. And we can win this game. We can win this game, and I guarantee you the players are going to come out and throw some punches in this one. And shoulda, woulda, coulda scored 40 points too, right? Like you said, I don't give a crap. Every year, hey, Nico could have thrown for 450 yards that one game if he hit every deep ball, but who cares? He didn't. End of story. Full stop. Like, we can't just make crap up because it could have happened. It's dumb. I'm sorry. Like, I like Pate. I think he's a good guy, but stupid things can come out of smart, good guys' mouths still.
I think it'll be too much for Tennessee. So I'm going to take Alabama to win. I will actually lay the number here. I do think Alabama's going to win the game by double digits.
There you go. Alabama's going to win the game by double digits. Now we're going to see what Coach Jay has to say, and I still have to figure out what my pick's going to be because we're an hour and 5 minutes into this thing. It's Friday. It's the last live stream until the tailgate show. I got to make a pick, but I'm going to make you pick first. What are your you know the deal. You know what to do.
Yeah, so this is a game we need to get over this hump, right? Like, this is one of those hump games. Heupel has a tremendous opportunity to do so, and it is as important as the defense is, and that's why I'm going to end with them. The offense has to set the pace from the beginning, right? And how do they do that? We need to exploit Alabama's run defense early and often, right? This is going to keep their linebackers honest, their safeties honest, and set up Joey for the play action pass, which has quite frankly been, in my opinion, his biggest strength. And when I say run game, yes, as Brent mentioned, Joey's legs are part of that too, just enough to keep him honest, right? Quit passing game and high volume attack. Once again, don't let the secondary settle in. Make them think up front with the quick throws, the quick slants, the quick outs, the quick drags, right? So that we can set up those big plays. We're going to need some big plays in this game. Moving over to the defense, we need to back to the offense for 1 second. Keep Joey clean. We've been doing a great job of that. It's been a weakness for Bama. If we can give Joey all the time in the world to throw, he's going to make all the throws. Defensively, number one most important thing, we must win our edge matchups, right? We must contain. We have to stop that C-gap rush. We can use stunts and twists, but we need them to be timely. We need them to be against the right blocking schemes for Alabama, and we need to create and capitalize off turnovers as a result of being aggressive and not giving up too much space in the secondary. Bama's going to have some explosive and big chunk plays. That's going to happen, but we got to keep our composure in the secondary. We have to play physical in the secondary and contest everything and play opportunistic. This defense can be a big, big reason we win this game if they capitalize on what they do well, mainly getting after the quarterback, mainly creating fumbles and turnovers. Pride comes before the fall, and I think Alabama sees a lot of weaknesses in this defense. I think just like Arkansas, they were licking their chops when looking at this defense. But if you can use that as an advantage as Tim Banks, is you can self-reflect on your defense and where the holes have been. You can set traps in those holes. You can create opportunity for the offense and then close it down late and come up with interceptions and use what you have been doing poorly against the other team. Tim Banks' game plan will be very, very important to the outcome of this game. Make no mistake about it. He needs to call a good game. He needs to pitch a good game. This is going to be a tough one. No doubt about it. I haven't ever picked against Tennessee on this channel. I'm certainly not going to start against Alabama just off of principle. And this channel is for the fans, by the fans. So I'm always going to pick with my heart as a fan on this channel. I got the Vols winning a tough game. I've got the final score 45-42. Max Gilbert gets his revenge by hitting a 43-yard field goal to win the game on the last possession.
Dude, do you know how epic that would be? Gilbert getting the redemption story from Max Gilbert. You know who has picked against Tennessee on this channel? Yours truly. I have picked against Tennessee on this channel.
You're allowed to.
You know what happens when I pick against Tennessee on this channel? I'm 100% accurate when I go with the other team. So that's a bad thing. Let me say this. We got almost 400 people watching live on a Friday morning. You guys make this Friday morning show a whole lot of fun. If you've not done so yet, hit the thumbs up. Help us out. We would greatly appreciate it. We got 400 people watching, 232 thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. It's quick, free, and easy. You want to support the channel, hit the join button. It's $1. We need your support. I don't just say that for the heck of saying it. Why do I say it multiple times every stream? Because we need your support. That's just the reality of the situation. The way that YouTube works, the ad revenue is garbage now. We only survive through your support, whether that's super chats, door fees, or memberships. Those memberships go a long way. Look, every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the state of Tennessee is now running a YouTube channel based off of this channel. That's just the reality of the situation, and we need your support. Miss J laughing in the background. I can already tell it. Luke Thompson for 2 says, door fee. I hate going to the dentist. That's the weirdest super chat I think we've ever got, Luke. But shout out, Luke, for the $2. We appreciate it. Elijah Allen, the kid is here dropping a 20 spot. That's an Orange Boy. We got to play the clip, but I'm going to play this one.
Don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. Whole state of Alabama. Whole state of Alabama. Don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. Whole state of Alabama. Whole state of Alabama. Don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee.
Shout out to the kid. $20 ain't cheap. Says, I don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. Joey starts his Heisman campaign Saturday. Vols by 50. I love it. I got no more excuses. I got nowhere else to run. I got to make a prediction on this thing. The thing is, man, I guess it was Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night. Because I did the rewatch of the Arkansas game. I didn't really start my Alabama prep until early Monday morning. Sunday night, I had no confidence. Sunday night, I'm like, we got no chance. Why are we even boarding the planes? Why are we getting on our buses with Coach Heibel? But then Monday, I woke up and I start looking at numbers, and I get it. Number stats, it's not the whole story. But I start seeing a lot of advantages in certain places for Tennessee, and I've talked about those advantages all week long. And so I've said it a million times. If this game's in Neyland Stadium, there's no chance, 0% chance I'm ever picking Alabama to win. If they're coming to Neyland, we're winning that football game. Yep. But here's the reality. Since Josh Heupel arrived in Knoxville, we beat Alabama in Knoxville, and they beat Tennessee in Tuscaloosa. And the battered Vols syndrome in me wants to keep pointing back to 2003. And I'm arguing with myself here, because what happened the 15, 20 years before Josh Heupel arrived doesn't matter. There's kids in this locker room that weren't even born yet. It means nothing to them. Does the rivalry mean something? Yes. Does a shot at Atlanta mean something? Yes. Does the college football playoff mean something? Yes. 2003 means absolutely nothing to this football team. So again, I go back to what matters, the matchup. Can Tennessee win against Alabama in Tuscaloosa? Everybody's talking about Ty Simpson. Everybody's talking about Alabama. Everybody's talking about the Crimson Tide and what they're going to do and what they could do and what they might do. Nobody's talking about Joey Aguilar. Nobody's talking about Joey's story. Everybody loved it early in the season, right? Everybody loved it when it was fun, hot, and sexy, but now we're halfway into this thing and we're finding somewhere else to go. Joey's, meanwhile, leading the SEC in passing yards. He's second in passing touchdowns. That doesn't, all of a sudden, that doesn't matter. Well, you've not played it. We're halfway through the season. Don't give me that crap. He's leading the SEC in passing yards. You got 3 wide receivers in the top 7. 3 of the top 7 receivers. We're talking about Alabama's receivers. Y'all want to talk about Alabama? Y'all want to talk about Ryan Williams? You want to tell me how old he is? Because I don't know. Could somebody please tell me how old he is? Why are we talking about them? Does production not matter? We got 3 of the top 7. You want to bracket Chris Brazzell? You want to double Chris Brazzell? You want to take away Chris Brazzell? You know what happens? Braylon Staley eats because Braylon Staley's a damn good wide receiver. Mike Matthews is a damn good wide receiver. You want to take them away? We'll go to Miles. You want to take them away? We'll run the football because we're 3rd in the conference in rushing yards per game. I get it. Everybody wants to talk about the defense. Everybody wants to talk about this Tennessee defense. And I understand why, because they're Jekyll and Hyde. You're ranked 100th in total defense. I don't even know. I think you're off the map on scoring defense. I don't even know where we're at. But you're also ranked 16th in turnovers forced with 11. You look at rushing yards per game. Alabama is not very good. They're 101st in the country. If you sit down an old ball coach and you say, what's a path to victory? And he doesn't look at either teams. He's going to say, force turnovers, win the turnover battle, and run the damn football. And where does the advantage lie for Tennessee? In running the football and forcing turnovers. Also, get to the quarterback. Pressure Ty Simpson. Now, he's been really good. He's not made mistakes. But Alabama's really bad at protecting Ty Simpson. I've rattled this off all week long. 89th in the country in sacks allowed. Who's leading the country in sacks per game? Coach, do you know who's leading the country in sacks per game? I forgot. Can you tell me?
The Tennessee Volunteers.
Oh, another
Tennessee Volunteers.
opportunity. Another opportunity that Tennessee can take advantage of. I think this might be a gritty, dirty, old-fashioned SEC football game. Tennessee is going to come out of Tuscaloosa. The monkey is off the back. The streak is over. Forget 2003 because we're talking about 2025. Tennessee finds a way. 35, 34. And mark my words, you come out of Tuscaloosa with a win. You come out of Tuscaloosa with a win, you're not losing another game. You're going 11-1. You're running the table. You might have a shot at Atlanta. You might not have a shot at Atlanta. But the bottom line, you're going 11-1. You're locked into the college football playoff. We're going to be favored in every game after this. Go to Tuscaloosa. Punch them in the mouth. Show the national talking heads. Look, they're not going to respect you. They will not respect you until you go down there and win. So go down there and earn some damn respect for yourself. Nobody's going to give it to you. Go freaking take it. Go show them that you belong. We know they belong. Everybody in this chat knows that they belong. They know that they belong. But you got to go prove it. Go to Tuscaloosa. Come out with a win. You got everything to play for the rest of the season. Tennessee's going to get it done, man. They're going to get it done. There's too many paths to victory in this game. I think Tennessee gets it done. Any final thoughts, Coach?
I think you nailed it. I think you nailed it. I think that's just where we wrap the show. You got it.
I need a cigarette. All I know is this right here, because it's all I know.
All I know is go Vols, because that's all I know. Go Vols!
We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee.
If you in this locker room, you try to say it with your heart.
A one, two, three. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee.
What are y'all, man? Let's keep this shit fucking rolling. And you guys had this, big brother. Good shit. A one, a two, three. We don't give a damn about